What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Critical Overload here. We're going to be talking about several different horror topics in this video here today. We'll be talking about Terrifier 4, Scream 7, Insidious 6, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer New Sunnydale. So starting off here with Terrifier 4, stars David Howard Thornton and Lauren Lavera don't seem too certain that this upcoming sequel will be the final entry, despite that is what it's currently being billed as. Apparently, Damien has told Lauren he wouldn't mind giving Sienna a Laurie Strode requel-like treatment down the line. All of these comments came from 2Fab, and unless I misunderstood, the script is also still being written as well. Yeah, in fact, Damien himself said this recently to Collider. He said, "I've had a very bare bones outline of what Terrifier 4 is, and certainly the important arc of the movie and where it ends, but I'm still now writing it. I'm writing it as a finale, but of course, you never say never." So we know the shooting this month report didn't age well based off of these comments. And if we get a Terrifier 5, it would be Damien staying true to something he said before to discussing film back in 2024, and that's that he can't see this franchise going past 2 more movies. So the 5th movie, of course, would be one of the 2 more. And at the end of the day, if it ends with Terrifier 4, I won't mind. Like I've been stating, and like Damien himself has been echoing, along with Falcone, one of the producers, just don't keep producing the movies just cause. Obviously, I think there's people above them that can override whether we get more Terrifier movies or not without their involvement. But I would like to see Terrifier be one of those franchises that knew it was running out of steam and it just decided to call it quits. It didn't keep constantly trying to reinvent itself or just write narratives that are clearly you trying to keep something going that should have died a long time ago. If there is a plan and an arc for Art the Clown that you have in mind that involves 5 movies, then just see it through. Yeah, you can come back for a Terrifier 6 or something, or even if Terrifier 4 is the last one, come back for a Terrifier 5 down the line in maybe 10, 20 years. I'm not going to say you can't do that because that's what often happens with a lot of popular IPs in the current era. And I'm sure people will still want to do it even when we're past all of this. They'll want to do it later on and be very unique in what they're doing. Kind of like what Halloween H2O was for its time when it came out in 98. So yeah, I could see us getting another Terrifier film, but don't just do it out of the sake of doing it for money. Do it because there's a meaningful story that you want to share with audiences. Now, let's talk about Insidious 6. Insidious 6 has found its lead, apparently, in Amelia Eve. Now, this comes from Nexus Point News. I will say that this has not been reported by official outlets or reputable trades, but I'm going to give my thoughts on this. It says details of the upcoming installment in the Insidious franchise are being kept under wraps, but the film is expected to be another prequel to the first film. Lynn Shay will be reprising her role as Elise Rayner. Details surrounding Eve's character are sparse, but she is set to portray the lead, a single mother who suffers from a traumatic past. Now, I don't know if this casting is true, but I do know that the single mother being the lead part does make sense from what I've heard. There is supposed to be a mother who inherited her mother's home. She grew up being afraid of her mother. Her mother had some mental problems or something that was going on with her in her head, and her neighbors are planning something wicked. She has a daughter. There's supposed to be some character named Nick. Again, that could be a placeholder name. Haley Bennett was previously rumored, but never confirmed to star. And like the report says, Lynn Shay will be coming back as Elise. What Elise has to do with this character, I don't know, but we'll find out. Obviously, from what I've also heard, the mother that's the lead can astral project, similar to what went on with Josh and his son in those first couple of films. So are you guys looking forward to Insidious 6? Let me know why or why not down in the comment section below. What did you think about Insidious 5? What is your favorite Insidious movie? My favorite still would have to be that original. Everything after that kind of has been like a reduction in quality. None have ever been just as good as that first movie. I'm just saying. They're enjoyable, but they're just not as good as that first one. Now, let's talk about Scream 7. So Jude gave us an update on Gale's clothes that I completely overlooked prior to the Sydney clothes update. And again, we're just talking about outfits because we don't have anything substantial to talk about or chew on when it comes to Scream 7. So according to his tweet, Gale's got 2 main outfits in Scream 7. Her first appearance is a red blazer with a leopard blouse and black pants. Then later, she's in a blue velvet dress with knee-high black boots and a black trench in some scenes. It's a classier vibe for her with shorter hair. Now, I will say this. I don't know this to be true, but I'm just going to infer off of what he is saying. If her first appearance is the red blazer with the leopard blouse and black pants, it sounds like her first appearance is going to be coming in contact with somebody who should not be on Sydney Evans' lawn. And for those of you already want to get uppity about her last name, that is what her name is in this film, Sydney Evans. I already do not like it, but that is what they are calling her. We can keep calling her Sydney Prescott. That is who she still is, just like she is now Sydney Evans. Same character. So yes, I would infer that Gale's first appearance must be when she comes in contact with that person who's not supposed to be on Sydney Evans' lawn, and she's going to have Chad and Mindy with her, because I know that's what she's wearing during that encounter, unless something changes when the film drops. They could always, of course, have alternate outfits for Gale that I don't know about. But the red blazer and everything he's talking about is 100% true. I've seen stuff. I've also been told stuff from people who have seen the movie. So when it comes to Gale Weathers' fashion in the last two Scream films, even though I'm not someone who really cares all that much about how she's dressed, I get that that's important to some people. I would say that yes, what I'm hearing in terms of her clothing sounds very much in line with what Gale has been wearing in the last two movies, and on par with colorful nature that you've been seeing since the original film in terms of how colorful these outfits can be. So let me know what you guys think about Gale's outfit down in the comment section below. What do you think about Sydney's outfit? Who do you think is going to have the better wardrobe in Scream 7? And please, let's get something substantial to talk about besides just clothes. Now, let's end this video talking about Buffy the Vampire Slayer New Sunnydale. Chloe Zhao gave a very brief update on New Sunnydale to The Hollywood Reporter in an interview. She said, well, I don't think it's a secret to say that I'm working on Buffy the Vampire Slayer and it's going well. Now, that's what I meant when I say it's very brief. She didn't go into any details beyond that. And Chloe Zhao is coming off a lot of praise with her recent film. I would like to see Chloe Zhao direct other episodes just based off of the praise that she's getting and just from the work I've seen from her already. I'm not going to say I was the biggest Eternals fan, but I am one of the people who could argue that maybe the Eternals wasn't the worst thing I saw the year it came out. And I did see her previous work, which I thought was a much better film. And I would like to see her presence in the Buffyverse beyond just the pilot. I would like to know from you guys, though, if Hulu doesn't pick this series up for a full season, where would you like to see this revival go? Because obviously, with Disney assembling a writer's room and all these other things committed to this revival, if Hulu doesn't pick it up for a full season, they're not just going to stop there. They're going to shop it around. And the next network that's on my mind is FX. But where would you like to see this Buffy show air, if not Hulu? Hulu right now would be the best option because streaming is where it's at. Cable television, while yes, you can still have a successful show on cable television, these days, you're going to find Gen Z looking at streaming content, and Gen Z is who they are trying to appeal to. So if it doesn't get picked up by Hulu, what network do you think will pick up the Buffy show? Let me know all that down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, of course, make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications, and never miss video. In the description, I have links to all my social media accounts. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can message me there, of course. Let me know if there are any movies, news, or reviews you'd like me to cover in the future. And with all that in mind, guys, I will see you in the next video.